Hey YouTube, we are going to be going over one replay today, but a very interesting replay indeed. If you guys are not on Twitter, don't worry, I am. I will figure out all the juicy news for you, but specifically, the most interesting thing that happened today is Mawkzy had a 10-hour stream. The French 1v1er, 15 years old, took an account all the way from, I'll let you just read this here first, all the way from Unranked to rank 1 in the world, which I didn't think it would even be possible, especially not possible to do in one stream. The way I thought these guys fought for rank 1, you couldn't just do it all in one sitting. You can see here, he has this account, Tessa on tops, at 1761 over the top of Jack, and he streamed for 10 hours, 41 minutes straight in the process of doing that. Luckily, a couple of those replays got saved and auto-uploaded to ball chasing, so today we are going to check out one near the end as he started to push against the top 100 players as he plays against Toxic. Here it is, one of the games during the huge long haul for Mawkzy against the Englishman Toxic. Tessa on top. I'm glad I saw this tweet, otherwise I would have had no idea who this account was or where they came from on their sudden rise to peak MMR. Nice tap in by Toxic. But it's very interesting to think about the fact that Mawkzy was able to do this all in one sitting, because it just goes to show the grind around the top rank in the game is really just about how much time these players want to put into it. I mean, I guess if Mawkzy was logging in every single day and playing 10 hours of ranked ones, presumably he would just push this higher and higher and higher. You know, he'd have tough days, I'd imagine, against maybe some players who would steal more points than he would get, but it seems like he could just push this up forever. Credit to Toxic for queuing and any of the other top players that queued during this time that Mawkzy was trying to do it, because I'm sure they made it much easier for him to potentially get top 1, assuming he can win. Now, if he loses, it's just going to hurt, but trying to farm 5-point wins off of players, you know, rated very low SSL, I imagine is not the way Mawkzy would have wanted to do it. But he did do it. And my goodness, is it crazy. 2-2 right now against Toxic. I actually saw a couple more replays of him playing against a Diamond and a Champ 2. And I was going to have those as part of the video, but I gave a little preview of them. And as you can imagine, there just wasn't anything interesting going on in them. I thought maybe Mawkzy was playing with some kind of handicap that could be interesting to talk about, but no, it just seems like he toyed around, drove around the map, scoring until his opponents eventually forfeited. He actually had a tougher time with the Diamond. The Diamond actually scored a few times, whereas the Champ 2 didn't score a single time. Just 6 goals for Mawkzy until the eventual forfeit. But as you could expect, most games from Tessa on top on ball chasing were of Toxic winning. Or sorry, not Toxic winning, but Tessa on top winning. Necessary in the work all the way to rank 1. And he got to slowly change his playstyle, I'm sure, as he got higher and higher and higher. But I imagine from about GC onwards, he was playing pretty locked in. And against Toxic, it doesn't get much tougher. So hopefully he was locked in by this game. Toxic now up 3-2. I think Toxic has been leading in this game, and then Mawkzy has been just working to fight his way back into it. He's going to take Toxic off the field. I feel like Mawkzy did this all in the Octane. His other replays were in the Octane as well. You know, Mawkzy dabbles Fennec very frequently. But Party doesn't even have a Fennec on this account that he's playing on, now that I think about it. Octane comes to default, Fennec does not. That could be the reason why, because I do think Mawkzy prefers Fennec. He seems to play more Fennec than Octane. Nice challenge by Toxic before Mawkzy got the dribble going. Reset. Has to use it, just get down on the ground. And actually got a nice chip towards the far post. But Mawkzy was able to get the save. Early flick by Mawkzy. Off into the corner, searching for a demo that he's not able to find. He is able to find this back corner boost. Bit of a stalemate here after the first couple minutes between these two, as Toxic's been able to hold on to his 1-goal lead. Gonna have a great early challenge right now. He is bringing the play to Mawkzy, as he does not want Mawkzy to get open field, get one of his patented nasty flicks. Nice play from Toxic off the wall after a bump. Wave dash, quick to the ball. Able to go up 4-2. Mawkzy retreating into the back corner. Toxic getting a little bit fancy. Maybe thinking about going for a backflip flick to end that out. But look at this. Toxic is playing so aggressive. The problem with playing aggressive early now is it has resulted in him letting Mawkzy get this full dribble. But Mawkzy doesn't look like the normal ground game kind of player that we see, as that flick was very weak and the bump did not connect. Mawkzy able to pick up the corner boost here as Toxic tries to hold on to control as we get to around a minute left to go. Toxic thought he could get back to this ball, and Mawkzy just cuts it directly at the net. 4-3. Mawkzy within one. Tessa on top, working hard to truly be on top. Mawkzy able to get a full field after Toxic clears this ball into his corner and just retreats back to his own. Maybe starting to play a little bit more defensive with the game winding down. So he does make sure to put pressure on Mawkzy as he looks to make a possession play into his back corner. Mawkzy with the carry flick over the top of Toxic. And Toxic early challenges have finally been read. This is the kind of situation you'd expect to see. Late into the game, Toxic has been challenging, and finally Mawkzy has the read to tie it up 4-4. 30 seconds left to go. This low 50 was not quite enough to get him an opening, so now Toxic will have possession. 20 seconds. This could be the ice if he's able to get it, but his flick goes high, and Mawkzy had the read. He pre-jumped it so high, connect right in the dead center of the ball, and he counters for a fifth. Mawkzy up one with 11 seconds left to go. He needs every win. With every loss on the ranked leaderboard, you need a win first to just make it back up, and then another one to actually gain points. And it gets even worse when you're playing against top-rated players who are, or when you are a top-rated player playing against people rated much under you, because you won't get as many points from beating them as they get from beating you. But Mawkzy does do it. This was one of the wins as he takes Toxic down 5-4 on track to getting rank 1 in 1 day, 10-hour stream. Mawkzy is truly a madman and something special. I've talked about this before, but Mawkzy being as good of a player as he is and as focused solely on 1v1 is something you don't see in anybody. There is no player who does this except for Mawkzy, especially now that he's 15 years old. You see players like this do it when they're 14 and they can't play in RLCS, but as far as I'm aware, Mawkzy is putting very little, if not no effort into trying to qualify into RLCS and be a threes player. He is just grinding content and grinding ones, which we all deserve him some thanks because he comes up with crazy ideas like this and has amazing streams. It's too bad for us English speakers that he does speak mostly in French. He knows English because everybody seems to know 2 languages nowadays, except for us US citizens. But anyways, Mawkzy's the best. Tessa was on top today, was able to take Toxic down. I thought this was an interesting content piece that Mawkzy did, and I just wanted to highlight it at least a little. Make sure you guys go follow him every way possible.